Oh, welcome back to Elden Ring. Going very well, making pretty good time. Mostly due to because I'm not having to restart a bunch of bosses, so that's very fun. We only had one death up to this point in the game, so that is really good. And it just comes by way of the Crucible Knight, which, if you know, you know. Now we are going to explore the majority of Liurnia. Probably won't be able to get to the Academy today, because focused exploration here is a lot of hours as well. Over here will be a little hidden cave. This cave's alright. I mean, it's got some little tricky traps to it. You got crystal cave moss. Among mosses, it possesses unique medical properties, so just more of our upgrade material, or not upgrade material, but crafting material. Just gotta kind of deal with them quickly. Budding cave moss, primarily used in perfumes, so we know nothing about that yet. Got some bats. This one right here, you kind of want to rush down, so kind of go for it, let it fall. I had forgotten from the last part, I had put on the S-stock, so I was attacking with a low-leveled S-stock. Hilarious. Okay, get some sage gear. Yep, you already know what kind of vibes this gives off. You're a fan of Dark Souls. A couple of pretty cool NPCs wore this kind of gear before. It's pretty good resistances to magic stuff, though. As you can guess, that's what we're kind of in, though, is an entire magic zone with the Liurnia. Yeah, here you kind of want to watch out a little bit. Really nothing to be gained by going down here, but basically being poisoned. But we'll go ahead and run down there once I complete the boss anyway, because I'd rather be at like full gear by the time we do this. Chased me really well, didn't it? Yeah, just a nifty way to kind of replenish your HP without letting it get down too far. Indeed, my friend. Why? Why is it always poison? Get some poison grease for our troubles. I think it's our first iteration of poison grease too. You see, we picked up some poison stuff, so heavy poison buildup. That's what serpent arrows are for. Very limited. Can't make them. You can only find them off merchants and stuff like that, but very rare item. So if you are a poisoner, it's something you might want to look into. Okay. This battle is more of a gimmick than anything. You're just kind of battling a knight enemy while you're in this little poison area. Just want to come in here. Go ahead and give a summon real quick. You just want to kind of be careful for rolling in here, because if you roll, you're going to catch poison quicker. Stupid easy fight, though. So, interesting talisman there. Talisman depicting a raised prosthetic blade, an honor bestowed upon knights who fought alongside Melania during the Severed. Raises attack power with successive attacks. The wing symbolizes Melania and her undefeated prowess, though she never knew relief from the accursed rot she was born into. Her blade was forever beautiful and relentless. So, as it says, the more attacks you pour on, the better damage you get from successive attacks, basically. Obviously, very key to use with dexterity builds. It might be actually interesting to use for me too, seeing that my sword is rather quick. So it's just something that you can possibly change out, but these two runes for me right now are really good. Okay. And I'm not sure you can go back up. I'll look at it. Okay, yeah, you do. And then pretty much just want to clean up the dungeon and make sure we grabbed everything. I just don't like walking in that stuff because you are going to get poisoned, so I don't want to waste in case something went wrong in the battle. Let's come through here, grab some stuff. Watch out for these guys, they're just going to explode with poison. They obviously got their little helpers. That's okay. And obviously fire builds, you'll really excel here. Seeing that these dudes suck against fire. It's also a very nice place to farm, right? So if you put a marker down here and you know what cave you're in, you can farm the shit out of poison bloom and stuff like that for your poison builds. Or if you're really just into making really annoying greases and stuff like that for PvP. But I mean, poison damage, obviously negligible. Just come over here, sit down. It's a good level up. Now, 30 HP or 30 Vigor should be very good for pretty much all of the Urnia, so now you really want to start focusing on the damage part of your build. 30 is survivable. There's like a few enemies that might be able to like kind of break you in a couple hits, but nothing really crazy. So being at where we're at, especially equipping the Godric rune, and if you can keep that up while you're still playing, then you're golden. But even at 30, you're still good. So, and I have an 8-point bonus because I have Radigan's Scar Seal along with, you know, the 5 points attribute for Godric's rune. So now you just really want to dump stats into your damage. So then when we go to the legacy dungeons later, all you'll do is just go in there and smash face, and that's all you have to do. And of course, don't neglect the other stats, mind especially, because FP is required if you want to pull off those cool moves every single time. Really nothing to be gained up here, just a bunch of bats. Oh, that might be death. Sometimes I forget how high up those really are. Sprint spring right here. You want to just jump over. I see nothing wrong with that. Let's go ahead and do it. This will take you to a grace. The sword that those dudes have, it's a like super rare, I think like a less than 1% chance to drop. And it's called the Noble Slender Sword, and if you can pull that thing off, side sword, which was considered one of the best weapons in the entire game. So, same moveset as the swords, longer. I think it does really like passable damage too. Probably putting it ahead of the Lord Sworn, but yeah, it's super hard to pull off. So you'll have to like farm the hell out of those nobles, and they can get kind of boring. Just want to watch these. So we got a giant off his leash. Tree Spear is a great spear. Faith heavy requirements. A golden spear with tree-like design wielded by knights employed as palace guards in the royal capital of Landale. Deals holy damage, requiring superior dexterity wield. The great spear can perform consecutive thrusts despite its larger size. Yeah. So, interesting weapon. I've actually thought about kind of cosplaying that weapon with a Crucible Knight setup, but I ended up favoring the Guardian Sword Spear more because the moveset on that thing was ridiculously good for being a halberd at that too. But the Tree Spear is pretty powerful and fully upgraded, so could be worth the time. Kind of build around if you're trying to do something different with the game. See, early game is always going to hand you those skulls with little runes in them. I would just always take the time to kind of pop them. These things right here. I go ahead and spray those too. They kind of hold up these marionette soldiers. But if you pop the balloons that are holding them, then you get like, you know, free runes and stuff like that. I would stay away from that group because they can really damage you fast. Oh, here we go. You know, my biggest complaint about Elden Ring is the horseback bow shooting. Like, ugh. They should know that dudes were shooting at high velocity on horseback in the Middle East, you know? It can be achieved. But just to show why I say watch out for these dudes specifically, we'll just go ahead and piss them off a little bit. Yeah, there we go. It's a little hard to make out, but yes, they once you kind of like damage them a bit, they'll start freaking out and doing like kind of crazier move sets. I don't think the bow guys are as bad as like say the swords or the spear dudes. I think they're way worse. There they go. But then they'll just kind of collapse after they're done. And I mean, that in close quarters is really damaging towards your stamina. If you're to block every hit with just shield. And then if it breaks through, you'll just be chunked down because you're going to take the stagger damage from it. And then you're just going to be locked, stun locked into place. It sucks. Alright, so normally I never really approach it from the high top like this, but either way, it doesn't matter how you get it done. Read this. This marks Millennia's southward march, the blade of Mikola, and her clean wrought knights grant her wings never to be clipped. Yep. Grab you a grace. Saw a little soldier patrol here. I think I might like the Rhea Lucaria guards uniforms a little bit better than Godric's. The green and red mixture has always been pretty cool, but there's just something about their blue color that I think I like better. And that's why I'm really kind of glad that the night set's blue. I think a thing they missed out on Elden Ring, though, is that you could, like, customize your armors and stuff. You should be able to do something with him, but nope. Left a lot to be desired in that department. This is a sending gate. I'm not going to say it's a very important sending gate, but it can be for most. So we'll just set one just so we can see what it goes to. But these ruins that we're in now, this place is really important to what we're trying to do specifically. Here we go again.
Hello? Is someone there? Would you donate any strawberry grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage in search of the distant light, and when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes.
As long as you remember where she's at. That was something ahead. Okay. And then this is going to be our first instance of kind of like a secret path that you can break. Just read the messages or kind of happen upon it however you want to. 2 fingers heirloom. Talisman engraved with the legend of the 2 fingers raises your faith. Fingers cannot speak, yet these were eloquent. Persistently did they wriggle, spelling out mysteries in the air. Thus we did gain the words of our faith. So that will raise your stat by 5. Just a single stat, though. So if you have a certain weapon in mind, or, you know, incantation, spells, whatever, those talismans will help you reach your goal. Because leveling up in the future gets a little bit harder, obviously. Just a quicker way to get something that you want right out the gate. And then, didn't mention it in there, but saw that I picked up another strawberry grape. And those are very key to the ending that I require. So, this is point number 2 in Hayeta's quest.
Hello? Is someone there? Would you donate any strawberry grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage, and when I eat... You're not like the others who give me grapes, are you? They rest their trembling hands upon me. Howling wordlessly, they gently stroke my eyes. Their frail fingers, emaciated. Yet still, they give me the grapes. But you seem somehow firmer. You are most kind indeed. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you. You are most kind. May the blessing...
Okay. Oh boy, those lobster crawdaddies, whatever you want to call them, they're ass. They absolutely suck. They will end you really quick. They have like this insane sniper shot that it's a nightmare to get down. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and go here. Kind of. Okay, so you'll be transported to basically where you need to go, which is pretty cool. But if we remember what Top said back at the little church we met him at, we need a glintstone key in order to get into the academy. So as you can tell, we are unknown area. They did this specifically so you would find out where the key was at, instead of just kind of wandering aimlessly through Liurnia here. Simple map found on a corpse seems to point to a meeting place. The man it came from surely desired one. The sole means of gaining entry into the academy, a glintstone key. So looking at that little bit of a map, you gotta decipher where this thing might be. So it's showing you the picture of the academy and little islands and stuff like that. So you just have to put it all together. And then I'm not going to approach this right now because we have more to explore down here. So that was a very important area to go to. And you can check these little ruins individually. Sometimes they house items. Nothing very important though until this area right here. This is what we truly want. But I'll go ahead and set down markers anyway. So we'll just kind of do this little zigzag pattern. Just watch out for the little spider dudes. It's just wherever their hitboxes are located, that's what makes these dudes really annoying. And they do so much damage to the horse, it's unreal. Like, it'll just knock your poise out real quick. Not sure if it's because they have multiple arms and each arm is attacking us, but yeah, they do some pretty decent damage. Hunt you down. You want to remember this jump point right here because it'll take you to the top floor area. Most dangerous foe right here is going to be the guy on the horse. Not really dangerous, but he just moves fast. So I get rid of him. Really just annoying enemies because they just do that little minor chip damage on you. So this is the Grace area. Item. The number 2 book for Glintstone stuff, and this makes freezing grease. Oh, freezing grease. So you need a rhymed crystal bud. Widely found in cold regions. So even though they gave us the ability to create freezing stuff, getting that material is not easy at all. So it's kind of a BS book, in my opinion. They've given us something that we really can't do nothing with, except for like one spot. So yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this place can be very difficult. There is a enemy in here that is really tough to handle. We're gonna see this enemy quite a few times in the game, and they have just reigned supreme for as long as Elden Ring's been a thing. These things are like devastatingly weak to healing magic though, which is hilarious. So you can kind of pull like a little Final Fantasy on them and use heal spells. Just kind of want to spar around though. So, Wraith Calling Bell. This is a reusable item. Bell used by worshippers of revenants. Ring bell using FP to summon prowling wraiths. This can be done multiple times in a row. Wraiths are said to be vengeful spirits who died when cursed. So those little yellow-black things that these guys are summoning at us, you can do the same thing to other people now. I've honestly never used those. I call them hunter tools because that's what, you know, Bloodborne called them type things. But I've never really put them in my belt or ever used any of them, to be honest. As you can tell, the bloodstains are aplenty, so this is not easy to do. Kind of want to just clear out the entire arena because those dudes will spawn every which direction, and that's what makes this kind of hard as well. So another sending gate. Not really sure how helpful this guy's gonna be, but let's just get after it. I know you're hyping him up, but that was supposed to be a hard fight. It really, really is a very difficult fight. Like, don't let that display show you anything different. The only thing I did was I got really close to its face and I took some damage. But if you let that thing control the battlefield, it'll do like this stupid ass attack where it kind of flails all of its arms at you, and in most cases, it's pretty much a one-hit kill. Because it'll knock your shield back, and then you'll just get stun-locked, and there's nothing you can do. You'll have no stamina, can't roll out of the way. It's not really one of those attacks that you can kind of dodge through either, so it's like, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, it's just like an annoying-ass enemy. But we'll see him again, don't worry. It'll get much tougher from here. Okay, so show the good people what this sending gate takes us to. Same deal, right? Yeah, just a complete waste of your time there. But you have two spots, so they're really trying to drive home the point of, we really want you to see where you need to be going next, type thing, you know? Kind of scout what's going on here. You see there's another Evergel there for another challenge. I don't think these guys are guarding anything. They're just annoying. Pretty easily missed cave right here. Now, because I know this, I'm not going to suggest to do this cave right now. I actually want to hold off on this cave for a little bit until we actually progress a little bit further into Liurnia for reasons. Just know it's there. It's kind of hidden away. Kind of search island by island here. You'll find these dudes.
Oh, well. It's been a long while. It's me, Patches the Untethered. I'm still in business, if you can believe it. Now I'm my only supplier, so I haven't got much. But everything here is top-notch. Patches Emporium, now open in Rea Lucaria. By the way, have you met that girl, Raya? She's a strange one, but I believe she was in need of help. Not that it's any of my business, but if she rings your bell, why not lend her an ear? You're making your way to the Erd Tree, no? Well, I heard something that might help. A special means of reaching your destination. Have you ever seen an Iron Virgin? The clunky contraptions are whirlwinds of sickles and spiked wheels. But long ago, they were endowed with a spell of transposition. And get this, a surviving virgin sits at the bottom of the big water wheel in the Academy of Rea Lucaria. Its transpositional powers fully intact. So right, if you get caught in it on purpose, it'll chuck you out straight at the base of the Erd Tree. Or so I'm told. Oh yeah, great story, isn't it? There's a surviving Iron Virgin at the bottom of the big water wheel in the Academy of Rea Lucaria, and I... Cheers for that.
So, important piece of information there by Patches, but we already know that Patches is an asshole, so trust him as much as you want. It's pretty close to the nighttime. Meaning nighttime boss, right? So out here, we do have such nighttime boss. It'll be right in this area. Yep, so we're seeing here, try night and then bird, let there be night, and then time for boss. Item ahead. So we do want this over here. We don't want to talk to that NPC just yet. We just want the grace point. Glintstone Firefly. Another crafting kit. And it takes forever to get to dark. There we go. Okay. Now we got the red version of that one. So it raises your attack power and then raises your defense when HP is low for both. So if you're trying to run like a low HP build, those are the talismans you need for it. So obviously a little reckless in the fight because holy damage just absolutely mollywups that thing, so I wasn't really worried about me dying versus the damage ratio that I was outputting there. This is a pretty neat thing. I didn't show this off in Limgrave, but these are bird eye telescopes. You can use bird eye telescopes found in various areas to get a bird's eye view of terrain in the direction that telescope is facing. So yeah, kind of just have like a overview of the map. Pretty locations. I think that's pretty cool right there. Got an Erd tree. Galaxies. Very nice little photo mode type thing here. But you can kind of look around, see stuff. Like, oh, there's someone down there. Yeah. So just another way to look around the world of Elden Ring if you can.
Hello? Please. Over here. Hello. It's rather chilly here, isn't it? My mistress sent me off on an errand, but I was accosted by a ruffian. And now I'm in a bind. Could I ask you lend a hand? Perhaps. That thug made off with a precious necklace. I need someone to retrieve it. Only, he too is tarnished. If you've any qualms confronting your own, I shall find another.
Go ahead and hear the quest.
Thank you dearly. What a blessing that we've met like this. The thug should be resting at an abandoned home down the way. Please, I must have the necklace back. The thug should be resting at an abandoned home down the way. Please, I must have the necklace back.
Okay. And the whole reason why I got this grace point was to go over there real quick. This is the thug.
What are you looking at? You trying to start something, mate?
I love this NPC, man. Oh my god.
Ah, that necklace what you're after, is it? Well, show me what it's worth to you, and I'll consider parting ways with it. I'm not in love with it or nothing. You're a shrewd one, Chief. First, you hand me the runes. And don't try nothing, neither.
1,000 runes be really easy to come around, especially if you've been picking up the skeleton. So if you have no runes, just pop 5 of those things and bite.
All right. Take it. Thing's no damn use to anyone anyway. Your bloody idea, mate. Don't come crying to me later. Oh, piss off. What is it now? Oh, I see. You want some of me prawn? Freshly cooked it is. All right then. It's yours. If you can meet me price. I could be persuaded to sell you some other bits too. If you've got the runes. Oh. So you met the girl, did you? Alright, well, sod the particulars of the matter. But it ain't my fault she's stupid enough to get duped, is it? Anyway, she ain't alright, that one. Lucky she ain't died on the bloody roadside, I reckon.
I would just say buy 1, just so you can get more conversation from him.
You're tarnished too, ain't you? Can you see it then? The guidance of grace, I mean. I can't see it at all no more. Makes no bloody sense anyway. Why some no-name shithead like me should get called to the lands between. Cruel bloody joke, you ask me. Maybe something went tits-o with it. Maybe it's been broke for a good long time. The Earth Tree, I'm saying. Never met someone with a taste for prawn I couldn't trust. We'd make good mates, I reckon. I'll be seeing you.
And a gesture. And I talked to him again for funny-ass dialogue.
Marika's tits. You must be hungry. Marika's tits. You must be hungry.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, and then just kind of a little run back to Raya. And give her back the necklace.
The thug should be resting at an abandoned home down the way. Please, I must have the necklace back. Oh yes, that is my missing necklace. Thank you kindly. I am in your debt. Did I forget to announce myself? I am Raya, in the service of Lady Tanith of the Volcano Manor. I seek stalwart Tarnished, who might join our house. You are very brave yourself. Not only a steady hand, but a steady heart. Merciless, even to your own kind. Such strength is precisely what my mistress seeks. Please, take this.
Okay.
Brave Tarnished. Seek the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree. Most Tarnished are doomed to wander the outskirts of the lands between, peering wistfully at the towering Erd Tree. But you are no ordinary Tarnished. And once that is proven, the Volcano Manor will fully extend its invitation to fight amongst a family of champions. Oh, and one more thing. Only for you. This land of Liurnia is connected to the Altus Plateau by the Grand Lift of Dectus, beyond the high road. but the lift has been defunct for an age, meaning there's no simple means of passage. Instead, you must seek the old ruins in the cliff. At the base of the valley, near the Grand Lift, there's an old tunnel. It was excavated from both ends, linking Liurnia to the Altus Plateau. I have faith in you. A champion through and through. I do hope that we can meet again. Seek the old ruin at the base of the valley. It was excavated from both ends. I have faith in you. I do hope. Seek at the base of it was
Okay. So she's given us different ways to enter another zone of the game. But we aren't going to do that at all. Because what happens is, if you go to this place called the Altus Plateau too early, you actually start ruining a bunch of different quest lines for doing that. So I do not like the fact that Elden Ring does that, because it's a game that really predicates you on the exploration part of it all, but then like as soon as you explore, you get kind of punished. So it's kind of one of those things, right? You're like, but what? And obviously, being a Souls game and everything, side questing is very obscure as it is, because you have to pick up pieces and notes, and then if you don't know that you have to exhaust, all of the NPC's dialogue, how would you ever figure something out at all? So it's one of those two-edged sword type guilds, I guess. Alright, so this is probably best time than any to show how this works. Let's go ahead. So once you poison these things, boom. Now all of them start rupturing. There you go. Yeah. And we remember this because of the note that we bought way back when. Land squirts are soft where they touch the ground, and poison will cause them to rupture. Okay. That, or you have to just kind of swing away at them, but that can take forever. If you break their poise, then you'll flip them upside down, and that's what they mean by where they touch their earth or whatever. So break poise, and you're done. Alright, so a bit of a nasty rune bear fight here. We don't want to go this direction just yet. Kind of want to search under these archways too, because sometimes they house items. Balloons. Now, why they got the guy with the horn walking around and going like that, I don't know. Alright. Another very super important location for me. This is the third spot that we should find Hyetta.
Hello? Is someone there? Would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage in search of the distant light, and when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes. Hello? Is someone there? Would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage in search of the distant light, and when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes.
Alright. And then we want to find that last Shabriri grape. But before we can do any of that, we have another nighttime boss. There he is right there. The Black Knight fights should be pretty commonly easy at this point. Go ahead. It's just a series of dodging and block, making use of like their turning and stuff like that, kind of throw them off a little bit. Okay, Ice Spear. And I actually forgot to read this, so. Letter given by Rya's thanks of retrieving her necklace contains an invitation to Volcano Manor. Brave Tarnish, seek the Altus Plateau in the realm of the Archery. Prove yourself by making this journey, and the Volcano Manor will fully extend its invitation to fight amongst a family of champions. Okay. Ice Spear. Skill of warriors who serve Lunar Princess Rani. Spin armament to release cold magic, and then channel it into piercing Spear of Ice. Usable on pole arms capable of thrusting and twin blades. So obviously it's more built and engaged for our dexterity guys. Pretty awesome weapon though, regardless of the fact. And if you have any weapon you're interested in putting that in, it'll add, as long as you selected the cold ability, so you'll start be able to start creating frostbite on enemies. And once you afflict or get afflicted by frostbite damage, then you will take hits at an increased rate of damage, so long as that person is frostbitten. And right here, we kind of want to And as you can tell, they're getting just a little harder each time. Just more HP. It's kind of hoping I will get the blood effect on there, but it is not applying as well as I'm thinking it will. Why shut your doors to me? I am barred. Am I barred from donning the crown of stone? So a failed wizard. Night night. Likely cavalier. Right, therefore beware of explosion. Okay. Explosion, they're talking about a beetle up here somewhere. There he is. Okay. Then you see that we've entered like the underside right here where we didn't explore the last time. And just kind of have a magical giant now. Crystal darts. Basically the magic version of dart throwing. It's a pretty interesting fight too. You got these knights fighting other knights, and you're like, what is going on here? You got like frozen in stone Marriott soldiers. Oh, the puppets. The puppets besiege us. Oh, little weirdo type stuff going on up here, eh? Then you already seen the backside over there. Now we want to climb over here because you see in the map there's a little something right there to explore. Raise yourself here. I would just run through all this crap. Because they're going to get pelted. Let's get to the top. Wait. Grab you the cookbook 3 for the Alvanuric pot. And then we also grabbed a new pot too. This is called a ritual pot. Pot somehow mends itself when broken. Special item with greater durability than a cracked pot. Essential vessel for crafting ritual pot items. The materials are magic sealed, but then deploy their effects when pot is thrown. So you got two different pots. You got the cracked pots, and then you got the ritual pots. Ritual pots throw some kind of different shit. So I've never used them ever, but they are specific for whatever kind of build you're running. Just take down this asshole. Staff embedded with blue glintstone, one of the two types of carrion staff. So this one enhances glint blade sorcery. So if you're going straight for like a glint blade type of character, you're not really interested in the faraway shoot magic, and you just want to like wield rapier in right hand and magic sword in the left, that is the staff for you to use, because you'll pull more damage. You can escape out the backside here. You don't want to deal with all that crap that's going on over there. Kind of get a little overview of the battlefield. Mikola's Lily, a flower signifying faith in the Halig tree, thought to be beloved Imperial Mikula in his youth. Then we see that those boys have won. Better grab a new weapon here. Do Lucerne, another old reliable enemy, all the way back from Dark Souls days. These crabs are kind of interesting. They produce sleep. Oh, this one's death. Oh, shit. I couldn't get out. That's awesome. So there you go. You have Death Blight shown for the very first time in the game. I was thinking that that was the sleep crab and completely forgot that that sumbitch does that to you. So, yeah, nothing I can do about that. Just Death Blighted to shit, so. Oh, and he's like sitting right on top of him too. That was actually really good on that crab's part. I did not think it was going to shoot that out. Normally, I never go near the thing anyway. I wonder if the messages have... Let's see here. Ah, death, yeah. Dang, that was really good, man. Shit, he got me good. This will be another instance of a... what you call them fights? The... Tibia Mariners. So you get another death root for doing this. It's in your best interest to go ahead and do this. And where he transport is all over the damn map. Sometimes he'll just be kind of scooping up in the wood line. Yeah, see, he's like way up here. What is this all about? Deathroot and Skeletal Bandit Ashes this time. So the bandits are a little stronger than the spear guys. The only drawback is you only get one of them. But they got those double curved swords and whatnot, so. This place down here is very cool. Pretty interesting as well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a little waypoint here, though. Because we're not actually supposed to go down there just yet. This guy can be a little obnoxious, but you do want to fight him. So he is way outside where he's supposed to be at. Just keep his uniform in mind. Special item, the Dragon Cult Prayer Book. Prayer Book of the capital's ancient Dragon Cult, a text of knight's faith that arose after the War of the Ancient Dragons, can be given to a learned cleric to gain access to the following incantations: Lightning Spear, Hone Bolt, and Electrify Armament. So every single one of those incantations is amazing, beautiful. I used them in my entire run last game, and yeah. There's not a single one of those that you will not like. So if you're running a lightning build, those are essential, completely essential to your build. The lightning strike is like pretty much, as long as you don't charge it up, it'll track enemies that kind of dodge around too much real easily. And then Hone Bolt is very like damage per second oriented. So if you're using Hone Bolt, you'll just kind of stand in place and just create lightning to summon on a target that you're aiming at. And it just keep on doing it over and over. Barely costs any stamina, barely any MP. It's stupidly powerful. Just absolutely gushing over it, so that's how you know it's really good. Yeah, just make sure you fight him. He can be a little annoying though. He didn't pull out none of his lightning moves, so he'll do like this little, I'm going to charge up my sword with some lightning and then summon lightning on your location. You just have to really get used to the dodge of that move and you'll be fine. But if the lightning hits you, it's pretty damaging and kill you pretty quickly. Here's another one. So Resurrection, this painter is said to have captured the landscape scene during the last moments of those welcomed into death's embrace. The soul of a painter and vestiges of dead's last moments can be discovered by visiting the location depicted even now. So we'll find that a little bit later in Liurnia. Then we want to set points for here and for here, because we need to go to those places for sure. You can jump over the bridge here, but I'm actually not going to do that. Because we're going to approach that from a different section. You kind of want to like divide your exploration up in sections, because you don't want to start running like this crazy pattern and then you're just going to start forgetting stuff. Or like, what did I just do? Just straight up ignore the doggos. Unless you want them. But they're the white version, so they're kind of tougher. Absolutely littered this place with wolves, so you want to get your practice against dog enemies in this game, do it. It's the place to go. thick, coagulated blood of the Albinaurics. Albinaurics are life forms made by human hands, thus many believe them to live in pure lives, untouched by Erd Tree's grace. Ridiculous lore on those dudes, so yeah, just weird shit involving with that kind of stuff. Pretty much man-made weirdos. These little cartwheels and shit. They got some pretty cool weapons, though. Then obviously their blood is a key ingredient in making the Albinauric pots that we just learned. So use FP throw to impede healing use after flask of tear. So the Albinauric pot is numbing mist, bloodborne, and Lloyd's talisman, I think it was, in Dark Souls. Whatever it was. Use that item, and in PvP, or against any NPCs that can heal themselves, they will no longer be able to do so. So a useful item, I think, just for the PvP aspect. So if you have a guy who just likes to run around and heal himself, throw that on him and watch him run away like a little bitch. Okay, so a lot more of the map now, right? So we getting map chunky. See, the Liurnia is huge, really big. Alright. I'm going to put a marker down here because there's another nighttime boss in this area. But it is a lot more difficult than what we've seen. These dudes basically are the guardians of the forest, but now guardians of this bullshit place. Those things suck. You'll see. I want to kind of check each platform. Alright, so pretty important spot right here to continue Dialys's questline.
It's me, Dialos. Answer me, would you?
Hello, friend. Tell me if you know, would you? The whereabouts of the hidden house of those despicable fiends. The recusants who hunt their fellow tarnished. They laid hands upon my servant Lanya, and I refused to let the insult stand. The tale of House Hoslo is told in blood. I, Dialos, swear to deliver the message. They laid hands upon my servant Lanya, and I refuse to let the insult stand. The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood. I, Dielos, swear to deliver the message. They laid hands up the tale
Okay, so as long as you get that dialogue out, we are good to continue on his quest line. This is why I recommend not going down those tombstone things, because he continues down that way. What the exact triggers are, though, I don't really know. So there's like Alba nerd dudes that are supposed to like pop out and surprise you here, but I don't know if they're bugged or something. I can't even get them. Yeah, they just kind of linger in the little swamp, but they don't come out. Their halberds are pretty cool, not gonna lie. If you do end up dropping one, though, it's heavily used for arcane, so lead builds go nuts. Even though the actual halberd itself does not even have innate bleeding effect. It still doubles down as a pretty cool weapon, though. And so does like their little, we haven't seen them yet, but their little axes. They look like little axes in their hand. So pretty much the Alver nerfs are tied to like arcane stuff. Get another gold seed there. I think that's the third one again. So you can upgrade your flask again. And I think once you get to 10 flask, it starts becoming, you need 4. And then 3 times of 4 seeds, and then 2 times of 5 seeds. So it's going to be a long while before we get max upgrade. And then this little platform up here will lead you. I would probably disarm. Glintstone 4, Magic Pot, Rope, Magic Pot, and Shield Grease. So I think this is the best book out of the set so far. Because now we can create magic pots, and the glintstone flies are super easy to come by. Like, if you need to farm these things, you already seen those giant crystal locations I was at. That's where they replenish every single time. And there will be another such instance, but magic pots are really good. So, especially for a character like mine where I have no magic capability, it just gives us another way to do more types of damage. And then the other stuff was shield grease and then rope magic pot. So yeah. Shield grease is subjective. That's only if you're really going to use it. And all it does is just kind of resist more stuff and gives it a little bit more poise or guard boost. What else is in this area? We don't want to go up here yet. This will be like the final bit we do. This whole middle section will be like the final bit. I just want to keep kind of island hopping right now. Okay, this crab, I think, is the one that puts you to sleep. Yeah, that's the sleep powder. That other crab we dealt with, nah, that one's death blight. So trying to get to a point where you can shoot this guy down. And get you another Ash of War, charge forth, so I don't think I really need to explain what that one is. That does exactly what it says it does. Yeah, we're not going to go charging up the stairs just yet, so good to ignore that. Make sure we're not in nighttime mode right now, because this boss fight is not fun. That's like your little jump pad to get here. Just to get a stone sword key. Just keep it moving, keep it moving. Skeleton dudes come out of here, I believe. Something like that. There is a grace point, though, you do want to grab out here. I think it's this far out. Might be this far out, though. It is this far out, jeez. Strong foe, yeah. It's a doozy of a battle, let me tell you. So then when we try to level them up again, it'll be, oh, 3 seats, good. Okay, so we're still in the 3 seat mode. So we'll save him for when we're kind of truly leveling up. We don't want to start messing with shit we're not supposed to yet. You can fight him now. It's just a difficult fight. Really all it is. It's inside the forest. That's some shit, I think. So I'll check that, and in here. Another sending gate. I guess I can show where it goes. Probably want to know where all these end up going, right? See me do it, and then you'll know, oh, I want to go there or not. This one transport you immediately to this area, allowing you to pick up the western map. And right in front of these ruins, which leads us to this giant area as well. So Liurnia has definitely opened up by a lot now at this point. And this is pretty much the entire map of Liurnia. Like, that's all you're going to get. So, yeah, like I said, it's a pretty big section of the game. And then we're going to hold off on this stuff because we don't need to be doing this just yet. Gonna hightail it around this way though. Pick up this. Up to you if you want to take on those dudes and get more of their equipment. Giant caravan, so you already know what to do here. Just kind of pop one of them. I thought I was gonna get knocked off. Alright, a couple of new items here. We got the Carrion Knight Sword. Straight sword embedded with blue glintstone. Weapon Knights sworn to Carrion royalty. These Knight Swords could serve as catalyst, letting them wield sorceress battle skills despite numbering fewer than 20. This power made them a match for even champions of gold in battle. Carrion Grandeur. Carrion royal prestige embodied in the skill. Transform blade into a magical greatsword and swing it down. Can be charged up 2 levels and slam heavy. So initially I was thinking like, man, I kind of want to use a lot of the different swords to cover weaknesses, but when I saw the stat requirement for this guy, I was like, ooh, that might not happen then. Because asking to get meat up to 18 faith is a whole lot of wasted points. Say, what's got me in the sight? We will approach this, but from a different section. We don't want to go down this way. I want to say cover the majority of that stuff. So now I do kind of want to cover here. I got points already on the map. I do, shit. I will be right back. Right back. Let's do it. We got one more location, so let's just put it right here. This will be just a big ass island of Alvinurics. I wouldn't even mess with them. Just grab this. It's a dexterity knot, so you know what that will do. This place is kind of wild. We don't want to piss off the giant lobster, so we want to kind of walk around them. This will be a grace. And then this crappy looking place is full of poison, so ride Torrent all the way through. If you haven't noticed already, Torrent does not pick up any kind of damage or accumulation of status effects. You will use him primarily for the Caelid section and, of course, this area. Where he is summonable, at least. The glintstone fireflies love to hang out in these kinds of sections, so it's worth your time to kind of check them. Okay. How do I want to do this? So you're going to fight these Crystallian type enemies as bosses in the future, and they are weak to striking weapons. Since their bodies are made out of like hardened crystalline. I would suggest learning how to fight them here, because you're going to get pitted in tiny arenas with them, and it's really, really difficult to learn the fight while you're in there, because they're non-stop. They'll just keep going and going and going, and you're just like, where is my damn opening at? But they have a few here that you can kind of practice on. You don't want to gather all of them, but there are instances where you will fight like more than one at a time, especially on foot. Then, of course, if you're in love with magic items and you need those fireflies, just put some marker down to let you know that there's a farmable item here. And then hopefully your memory serves you when you go for it. You'll be like, oh yeah, that's a bunch of glintstone fireflies. I kind of want to cut this dude off. It's the smith stone. Get away from those. You don't want to be fighting in the poison area. We do want to put a pinpoint here, because you won't be able to progress with these some of these towers. You can explore around it. But when you read this, erudition guide thee. So, no idea what that means. Like, okay, I guess. Now, unfortunately for this one, I just kind of don't want to do that. Yeah, let's not do that. We're going to do it the right way. If you got a keen eye, you can look down to the left there and see, like, oh, there's some tombstones. Wonder what them is. By now, you should know what the Earth trees have. It's kind of rinse and repeat with these. Still want none of those dudes to get involved here. Okay, you've got another one of these guys. Fire. Now that sucks. I might die. Yeah, I'm gonna die. For sure. Now, in this instance, you're going to see, now that I have no rune arc, I now no longer have the increase in abilities here. So everything is back to where I kind of put it before Radican Scarsill. So we're a little weakened right now. What's that wrong? Damn, again? That's kind of whack. What I should be doing is hopping on the horse and running away when he plants that thing into the ground. But I'm making poor choices in this fight right now, so... Oh, wait a minute. I was about to say, did I grab my runes? I forgot if I did or not. So 2 new crystal tears. Restore half of your FP in this one, and then cause the concoction to explode. So this one's interesting. It kind of like makes you go boom. Been tricked by Vader before with that spell on. Hopefully you're seeing what mistakes kind of do, though. You know, like you can really mess up some shit by just making 1 or 2 little mistakes that you probably normally won't make. But it doesn't take much to get popped here. Kind of got a sneak preview of this earlier. Sword Dance is a pretty cool Ash of War. I think I'm using it currently in the other guy. Quickly close in and perform a series of spinning upward slashes, follow up with an additional input to finish off with a downward slash. Yeah, it's actually pretty dope. Usable on swords, axes, and polearms. Okay, Road's End is kind of a toughie, to be honest. Let's see, let's go ahead and... Orange stats and art quality. New type of imp there. So you already see you get the lever right out the gate. But this place has a series of weirdo shit going on. I'm gonna grab some new items. See, the imps are no longer playing around. And here's going to be our first instance of a secret door. Okay. Trio of spirits consisting of 2 disposable foot soldiers and their superior. The soldiers of Rey Lucario were also known as the Cuckoos. They were given free reign by the Academy to wage war as they pleased, and they were infamous for their rapturous ways. Knights of the Cuckoo. Those will do considerable damage. Magic bolts absolutely sucks. Okay, then if you're not playing on online mode, you're gonna have a hard time kind of telling what you're supposed to do in here. But secret door, secret door. Gonna be 2 of them in here, so you want to watch out. Thankfully, I iframed that one. Colossal weapon, watchdog staff, so it should look familiar. Those are those giant things that the watchdogs wield. Pretty unique, I guess, if you're trying to use it. I've never used it, so I don't know. Maybe it's good. And we got secret door. Secret door. And the boss door. Okay. I probably wouldn't have found this stuff either if I didn't have online on. So, bit of a weird fight, this one. You're meant to think that you're supposed to fight those dudes, but you're actually trying to go after the snail that's right here. Out here just getting poked right now, man. Get yourself a Glintstone Sorcerer, Spirit of Rey Lucario Sorcerer, wearing a stone crown, a scholar of Olivinus Conspectus, who has mastered the use of Glintstone Star Sorcery. So he summons a pretty cool spell. Never quite used him, but when I was doing my little summon everybody and test them out thing, he's alright. If you're trying to cover magical weaknesses. And then in the idea of that fight, first time I ever fought that thing, I literally was fighting the knights until the snail reappeared itself. over and over again. And he switches between regular, that newer Crucible Knight guy that we just saw, and then he goes to a Crucible Knight. So you can imagine what kind of an ass pain that was to think that you have to fight those spirits, and then you have to get the snail to pop out. Nope, all you had to do is just run to the snail wherever he popped up, find the glow, and kill it. So I had a intense experience when I learned that, oh, you could just do it that way. Okay, so we actually want to be here. This is very important for the Lord of Frenzy ending. Believe it or not. But we want to follow this trail of dead misbegottens. Up here. Hopefully I can grab this grace point before this happens. Alright, this is a bit of a toughie. No, motherfucker. Oh my god. Okay, so whatever ties he had to losing his mind completely, we earned the final Shibiri Grape. A Knight's Halberd plus 8, so a very strong version of the Halberd here for this point in the game, and some raw meat. Now, we got the name of him. His name was Edgar. Put 2 and 2 together, that's the Edgar that we just met back in Limgrave. He went mad because of the death of his daughter. So he ended up going after all the misbegottens, and then he just kind of lost his mind to insanity and became that. So pretty strong halberd. If you want to switch over to that, use it. Spinning strikes is exactly what he was doing, and thankfully I had just enough HP not to take a full hit there. So that was pretty bad. Okay, I think that constitutes a sit down for sure. So pretty bad Edgar fight. Kind of let him get a riposte on me, which should have been death. Hello. Okay, now we could take on this. It's gonna be a giant knight. Panic roll. Okay, earn the Great Blade Phalanx, so 3 giant one of these things, so they kind of just form around your head. Soul... What the fuck are they called? Soul somethings? Can't remember now, but... Yeah, they form around your head and then they just launch at enemies. They do some superior poise damage, though, so if they actually connect, you'll get things to get knocked down pretty quickly, especially with the giant ones. I like the multi-phalanx, though. I think it's a lot better. Okay. Don't want to run around chasing that thing, so kind of deal with him from there. Okay. Looking pretty good. I want to put a checkpoint right there. They're singing in the distance. Yeah, name of the game is to get rid of them quickly. You don't want to sit there and play around with those people. Come grab this checkpoint. Furthest we'll probably want to run up here is to these jellyfish, so we can grab a pretty cool armament. The jellyfish shield. Then, as I said before, we will hit up these areas, but before we do that, we definitely want to go back to Hyeta. want to mark this, this, and inside of here. Okay. I'll come back here. Then once I give up this grape, that'll be it for today. Because Liurnia is going to take a few days to get through. It's pretty big. So we've covered the majority of the right side, but as you can tell, there's still stuff to do up here. This whole middle section, and this is like a mini legacy dungeon. We have another little thing right there. So yeah, Liurnia is pretty huge. You won't be able to get up here. This is what I mean by deceiving map. It looks like you can, but you're not going to be able to. So you'll have to be held in check for that for a while. And then there is one little point. Yeah, you can run up here though. So this is totally eligible, but we'll need to do the spirit jump to get up here. Yeah, so Liurnia, it's a lot. It's a lot to kind of run through. That's why we're trying to do this in sections. So let's turn this grape in, and then the quest line for Hayata is not going to end anytime soon, but this is a very important setup, especially for the ending we're trying to achieve. You're going to need 3 of the regular grapes, which we already found, and then we have to get a special one later. So doing all of this shit out of sequence will actually ruin the NPC invader that we need for the final bit, so we can actually get the ending that we require at the end.
Hello? Is someone there? Would you donate any Shabiri grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage, and when I eat one... Oh, many thanks to you. Now I can feel the distant light once more. That aside, I wonder what Shabiri grapes really are. Delectably tender and sweet, yet searing. What a sight they must be to behold. No.
Tell her the truth.
That's not possible. Not all of those people. Their own... So those noises I heard were... Sorry. I'm alright now. Don't mind me.
Then plug your ears if you get grossed out.
I apologize. You only did as I asked. I'll be fine. Think no more of it. I apologize. I'll be fine.
Okay, then you want to reset the world state just by resting, and then go talk to her one more time.
Is that you over there? I've gleaned something very important indeed, thanks to you. The reason why it was eyes I had to eat. The distant light is far and frail, so faint it can't be seen by the naked eye. But with everyone's eyes together, it appears. Finally, it all makes sense. I'm certain now. I will be a finger maiden. I've gleaned something very important. I'm certain now.
And you really want that dialogue, otherwise she probably won't move on to her next section. And then once she is out of this position, she is now in her final location for now. Meaning that we are progressing the right way with her. So now all of Liurnia is definitely explorable because you're not going to mess anything up and trigger events that you're not supposed to trigger early, which is the unfortunate part of Elden Ring, because you just would not know that stuff without being kind of guided towards that direction. And like I said, when we come back, we have a few more spots to check over here in the middle, but honestly, there's like a mini legacy here, one right here. This whole right side needs to get explored. There's just a lot to do. So Liurnia is very much bigger than Limgrave by a lot. A couple of nighttime bosses taken on already, and then we got a few more little hidden ones scattered throughout the zones. So good progress so far. And, yep, then this will be the last thing we take on right here. So there's a lot of like dip and dives in between. You'll see. All right. Thanks for watching.